Hello. It's technically a little early, but everything's set up, and I don't see much point in sitting here, so... Hello. um, Let me know if the game's too loud. I turned it up a bit since the first stream, so... It was too quiet then, and that is my phone telling me I started streaming because I didn't notice that. Thank you, phone. I don't know if you can hear that, but... as you can see, we are on version 1.04 today instead of version 1.14 because Flandre is significantly better. There. So yeah, let's just get into it. No pinned comment or whatever today because I'm the world record holder, if my frame counting is correct, by about a fifth of a second. Almost said fifth of a frame. That doesn't make sense. Let's get right into it. You have to reset at the start. I jumped way too soon. You have to reset at the start because otherwise the door time counts into it, which is bad. And that is exactly what we want to happen during phase 1, and it almost never does. And that is exactly what we want to have happen during phase 2, and I fucked up. This is an almost solved fight, unlike the Yuma final, so a lot of it is more just execution and hoping that RNG goes your way, which it usually doesn't, because Reimu does not like to jump into the corner. And that was too early. And of course she jumps backwards when I go too early. That's bad. Yeah, nope. Rip. Two of them missed. That's the other part of the RNG that you need to go your way. You are just far enough away that some of those shots can miss, and if they do, well... This, though, is a good fight to talk about what exactly counts towards in-game time and what doesn't. Because you can see that when I hit her barrier with those bullets, the game pauses for a while, 20 frames to be exact. But when I hit her red barrier with Livatane in one of the later phases, it paused for a significantly shorter period of time, 5 frames. The thing is, though, neither of those pauses actually count towards the in-game timer, so even though breaking her barrier with those bullets technically takes longer in real time, it's faster in terms of in-game time, which is what we use. Using Flandre's spell card to break a barrier, by the way, or that, that takes either 9 or 10 frames. It doesn't happen often. I accidentally muted. It doesn't happen often, so I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button repeatedly there. Good job, me. But yeah, in my record, I used the spell card to finish this at phase 1 after she jumps backwards. But it turns out that using the spread shot, if they all hit, is about 5 frames faster. So And if you do it optimally, I don't think that one was the full 5 frames faster. Shit, that's bad. But yeah, so a lot of this fight is just hoping she jumps backwards and then resetting when she doesn't. Or a lot of doing attempts at this fight, rather. And then messing up when she actually does. But there are 4 things that she can actually do, even though it may look like she's only doing 3 things. She can jump over you, she can slide, and she can jump backwards. But when she slides, there's actually 2 different slides she can do. I'm just resetting fast enough that you're not seeing the difference between them. And that, I did not get enough hits of her spell card there. So yeah, she can either slide and jump quickly, or she can slide and then not jump for a while. But the attack didn't come out. This might still work out. That was probably too long. I was too close also, so it didn't matter anyway. Other than the timing thing that I mentioned, there's not really that much to talk about in this fight. I guess I can go over general 1.04 Flandre DPS, which is if you can do the spread shot, that's generally going to be your highest damage. If they're not in a position where they're sitting there for a little while, the spell card is the next highest, or that attack, which you can also do as you've seen after that, the little dash forwards. The dash forwards is mostly used though to just move forwards, because it's faster than just moving forwards normally. I mean, in this specific case, it's also used to break her barrier so you deal more damage, but that was a general statement about it being used mostly for movement. I didn't turn around. It's best on that second card to start moving away from Reimu before you swing Live Attain, but also turn around without starting to move back towards her, which is a fairly precise input. I'm not sure how frame tight it is, but it's not easy. So yeah, mostly this fight is just the RNG and then doing everything right. There's very little reacting you have to do except for to reset when things don't go your way. Makes it a little easier to talk during, actually, because it's just kind of doing the same thing over and over again and hoping you do it better. But also there's times where you get really tense and just go quiet because you're tense. I'm ending up too close to her, which is why I need to be moving away. I guess since there's not much else to talk about with the fight, my mom got me a cool steampunk hat. Unfortunately, it is a left hat and I have left hair, so it looks really dumb on me because the right side of my head is just like empty. And I tried to wear my hair in a right side style, but it just like didn't work for some reason. like, I did the braid and everything on the right side of my head, and like it just didn't. It was messy and like scratchy and didn't help. Maybe not scratchy, but scratchy is not the word I was looking for. It is hard to think of words while trying to execute this correctly. But like, yeah, it didn't go into the braid very well on the right side of my head. Please stop jumping forwards. I jumped too soon. You want to jump very slightly after she throws the talismans, but you can't actually react to her throwing the talismans or you'll have jumped too late. So you just need to know when it's about to happen and try to jump right after it happens. See what I mean about this not feeling like a 25% chance of her jumping backwards? Please. Reimu, please. Please cooperate. How many has that been where she hasn't jumped backwards in a row? Like 7 of them? Or probably 10? And then, of course, the one time she does, I get a bad spread and 2 of the bullets whiff, so I don't get to the second phase anyway. If it looks like I'm resetting faster here, like after I pause, that would be because I am. One of the many glitches in this game, one that actually was introduced in 1.14, is that changing your controls doesn't work sometimes for some people for some reason. It's completely unclear why. Oh, yeah, hello. I kinda already went over everything, but I suppose I can try to do it again. So, the very first thing to go over is, well, the very first thing to go over is that you need to jump right after she shoots those, or throws those amulets out. You can't actually react to it, so you just need to know when she's going to do it. The next thing is the RNG, right here, right at the start, right after you hit her the first time. You need her to jump back, otherwise there's no way that you're gonna get the 15 second. And then you need all those bullets to hit her. You're just far enough away that they have a chance to miss. There's 4 things that Reimu can do after you break her the first time. There's 2 different slides, a jump forwards and a jump backwards. It really feels like she doesn't jump backwards 25% of the time though. And there are some position-based elements where bosses react to where you are to do things in this game. So she might actually be less likely to jump backwards because you're close to her, which is really annoying. And I didn't hit her with enough of the bullets there. Pain. Yeah, that's... But unlike the Okina fight, this fight is almost entirely RNG and execution based. There's a lot less actually reacting to what's happening other than just resetting when bad things happen. Which is frequently because Reimu will not jump backwards, and then when she does, you miss some of the bullets. But, the version of this that I got in my record was roughly a 3-second, of this first phase, I mean. It was, It's actually very unlikely for the bullets to miss. I'm just getting unlucky because of course I am. And one of them actually can miss and it'll still work out, like just happened there. But I was too far away. But there's a much more reliable strategy that's only very slightly slower that is used in the full game speedruns, where you just fly forwards and use the spell card Bad Attack instead, because that'll just beat the phase no matter what she does. But when you're trying to save 9 seconds when there are, or 9 seconds, 9 frames when there are only 10 frames to save, you don't get to do the reliable things. But yeah, the version in my current record is 3 seconds and 56 frames roughly, and I actually have used Cheat Engine to time this strategy, and the fastest I have gotten there is 3 seconds and 51 frames, so it should be 5 frames faster, which is a big help. The other time saves are Imax Phase 2 was a frame faster, 1, and then Kuroi Tansen's frame, or Phase 3 was, I believe, 4 frames faster. So there should be 10 frames to save, and there should only need to be 9 saved for 15 seconds. So 2-frame window, you can mess up 1 frame this entire fight and still get the 15-second one. Reimu, please cooperate. There we go, that was good. I think that was the optimal one. Okay. I didn't hit her with all the bullets. Nope. Yeah, I didn't hit her with enough of the down. I shot too soon, and I also think I didn't hit her with enough of the downward shots anyway, but this is definitely a bit mentally taxing, but it's fun. No, I didn't hit her with enough. No. I did the spell cards, the C attacks at the wrong time, so she didn't get hit by enough of the crystals for 2 swings of Live Attain to finish phase 2. I understand why this wouldn't actually be allowed, but at the same time, I really wish that we would just allow a mod that would just, like, make her jump backwards every time. Yeah, no, that was too far. I jumped too soon. Maybe, please. I jumped too soon again. I shot too late. I'm actually not using my USB keyboard for this. One of the bullets missed! Because it's mostly unnecessary. My laptop keyboard won't register if you press too many keys at once, which is really bad when playing as Yuma, but doesn't matter as much when playing as Flandre. So I'm just using my laptop keyboard this time. But it can still mess up if I accidentally hold the jump button too long. There. Please just jump backwards, Reimu. There we go. That was good. I was too far away. I tried to get far enough away and went too far. One of the bullets missed. I shot too soon. And she didn't even jump backwards anyway, so oh well. By the way, since I think you were not here yet when I mentioned this, if it looks like I'm resetting more quickly after reaching the pause screen here than I was with Yuma, it's because I am, because one of the many glitches in this game that was actually introduced in 1.14 is that rebinding keys doesn't work sometimes for some people. We're not sure why it works for some people and not others. We're not sure what causes that, but I can't rebind my pause key in 1.14, but I have it bound to S instead of escape on 1.04, so I can reset more quickly. I love this game, but it doesn't work. Yeah, the strangest thing about it is that rebinding still does work for some people. Like, I could understand them accidentally breaking rebinding for everyone, but why does it work for some people and not others? How do you even do that? Ah, frames. Oh, the other thing that I think I only went over before anyone arrived is what counts and does not count towards in-game time. Since I'll just use this as an example. You see how that doesn't take very long, but if I can actually do it, that takes a lot longer. It turns out that even though one of those seems much slower than the others, for in-game time, they're identical, because in-game time just doesn't count up during that pause. And that's why if you were to go watch any of the 16-second records, they would technically all have a faster real time for this first phase than the strat that I'm going for here, because they use different methods to break her the second time. But since that method doesn't matter, this is actually faster in-game time. It's too far away! it's that in-game time stuff is something that doesn't really matter that much for full game runs, but when you're trying to save 10 frames, it's really important to know about stuff like that. The bullets all missed. That was like really bad luck on that one. I think only 2 of them hit. Jeez. Yeah, that was way too late, even if she had jumped backwards. And I actually shot too early there, because the first bullet of that spread shot is supposed to break her the first time. Or maybe the second. First or what I mean by that is either the first or second bullet is supposed to break, but that time, like, the 4th one did, so I didn't get the extra damage for enough of them. And that was just too early of a jump earlier. Yep, I shot too early. Messing up a speedrun because you went too fast. I didn't turn around. How was I too far away? I disagree. Yeah, that was... I jumped too early, I shot too early, I did everything too early. Nope, I accidentally did a normal swing. Yep. There are a surprising number of situations in speedruns where going too fast actually ruins everything. Fun fact, in Ocarina of Time, if you go too fast while doing the race against Dampé, Dampé starts going backwards and then falls out of bounds and you can't complete the race. Ocarina of Time is also a very broken game. One that I know probably far too much about for not actually having any interest in speedrunning it, because I'm bad at stealth, and you have to do guards in, I believe, every single category. Except for the silly ones like jump off the tower and die. Yes, that is an actual Ocarina of Time speedrun category. Jump off the tower and die. That was not nearly enough of the bullets. I'll let it through because just to show about how fast that one was. And that was a very bad phase 3, but yeah, that was 17 seconds because it was a mediocre phase 2 and a bad phase 3. But one of the somewhat unfortunate things about running Flandre, which one of these I think it's that one, yes. Unlike every single other character, she doesn't have a stage select. Fortunately, I'm running stage 1, but oh yeah, there is actually one other thing that I didn't get to go over while you were here. That time that I spent in the Scarlet Devil Mansion would actually count towards my time on Reimu. So what you have to do for Flandre's individual level runs is actually reset immediately, because I could get literally a perfect Reimu and probably still get a 17 second because of how long it takes to get in the door. So yeah, we just reset immediately upon starting an individual level. It's not important for full game runs because the resetting doesn't take away from that time, but it's something important to know for individual levels for Flandre. Nope, I didn't. I jumped too early here on that one. Please just jump backwards, Rainbow. Also, I think we have now passed 250 attempts in 30 minutes. So, yeah. Lots of resetting here, but at least the resetting is fast. I'm timing those spells incorrectly. I'll probably try and get at least one more past phase 1, but I don't imagine people really want to watch me reset every 3 seconds for too much longer. So, at least not all in one sitting. Oh, it's too far away. Yeah. Well, that's probably gonna be it. 250 some odd attempts is, I think, enough for now. Thanks for coming by. I will see you later. Short stream, I know, but it's a short fight. Later.